Want to build your dream job or career, but not sure where to start? Are you feeling stuck and that you are unable to change your circumstances because of things that are outside of your control? Well, go watch this video over here. You can just click on the link and it will help you a little bit with mindset, how to think differently, and how to access what is your why and purpose so that you can start thinking differently about your life and your career. Today, I'm talking about how I can help you to think like successful people do and to teach you what they do to get them where they want to be. And trust me when I say, you do not need to have money, or it doesn't matter about how smart you are for you to be able to achieve success and build your own dream job or dream life. It is about what you are willing to do, work on, and build so that you can get the life you want. Success leaves clues. Are you prepared to follow them? Stay tuned to learn 4 proven techniques that can build and grow your career, your life, or even your business if that's where you want to be. Because you can do anything you set your mind to, but you need to be prepared to do the work, to put in the effort so that you can see the results. To keep learning more about these topics and how to build your dream life, please hit subscribe down below and then hit the bell button so you know every time a new video is uploaded. I have learned that when you start thinking about your career as a business and yourself as a brand, you can start making different decisions about where you want to go. It's all about your mindset and what you believe you can do. I am able to leverage my experience of 8 years of brand building and marketing to help you implement techniques and strategies to your life and your career so that you can not only grow, but build the future you want. All you need is yourself, an open mind, and a willingness to do the work. So don't be like this guy, because if you want to start playing bigger, you need to start thinking bigger. You are not your circumstance, and you are definitely not the sum total of your choices. You can make different choices, and you can start thinking differently so that you can start acting differently. So let me know in the poll here, what do you feel you can achieve if you start believing differently? And now let's look at 4 thought processes that you can adopt to start building your dream life. I call it the 4 A's of successful thinking. They are aim, awareness, analyze, and avoid, or not avoid. Let's start with aim or aspiration. What do you want? Where do you want to be? What do you aspire to have or aim to become? And now, what are you willing to do to get there? Are you making excuses about your abilities and circumstances that are holding you back? And yes, for all of us, excuses might seem like valid reasons that we use to keep us from achieving what we want to achieve. But when you look closely, they are actually all overcomable. Yes, that's a word I just made up. But you have to be willing to try, and you have to be willing to put in the effort. Then you have to think about, why does it matter for you to achieve what you want to achieve or become what you want to become? And do you really know the benefits of getting there? Because then, are you prepared to lose those if you don't get where you want to be? The next A is awareness. We have to be objectively and critically aware of what we have to offer. So when you look at yourself, your skills, your experience, and your knowledge, and you look at it objectively, can you see where you would be starting from today if you want to go forward? So what do you have in your arsenal right now to work towards that aspiration that you want? Then look at what is required to get there, and what can you do to upskill yourself in able to get there? Because sometimes, when we look deep enough, we might already have the skills we need, and we can see the value that we could bring to a company or to a project or to a group of others. The next A, that's number 3, is analyze. Are you prepared to have an infinite curiosity about the situation that you are working towards? Are you prepared to ask questions to learn more about it? And are you willing to look at the past as well as the future to see what possible opportunities there could be? This curiosity can be applied to your job right now. Like, do you have a genuine interest? As well as the job you might want to have or the goals you might want to reach. Are you really analyzing the steps that could take you there? Are you prepared to broaden your horizons and your perspective to see different outcomes, different possibilities, different ways of getting there? Can you look at others' mistakes as well as your own and learn from them? Because this leads us to the fourth A, and that is avoid. Or like I said, not avoid. Do not avoid making mistakes. Those are the prime opportunities for us to start learning. Be willing to be bad. Be willing to fail. And then be willing to learn from that. We are all taught from a young age that making mistakes is bad, or that you shouldn't make mistakes. And learn from others' mistakes so you don't make the same mistakes. But the reality is, if we don't make mistakes, we don't learn. But sadly, we try so hard to avoid at all costs making a mistake. But that sometimes also prevents us from really going after something that could prove amazing in the end. And also, what if you don't make a mistake? And how will you know if you can or can't if you don't even try? So now that we know how successful people think, do you think you can apply this into your own life? Pop a yes in the comments. Let's see where you guys are at and how you think you can make a difference in your life. And now let's look at the 4 ways that you can build your dream life or job. And here again, how you think and your mindset will come into play, because that will really help you and enable you to implement these steps successfully so that you can design the life and the career that you want. So number 1, you need to understand or know what the situation is so that you can identify how to step up. This can be done by observing the trends, observing what's going on around you, observing what others are doing, observing what the needs are that you could possibly fulfill. And this you can do within your community, within your company, within the industry that you are working. Then you need to become proactive in addressing the elements in your life or your company that you think you can add value to. Because remember, you already know what you bring to the table, right? So have a look at the FAQs of life, the things that are consistently coming up, the problems that always arise, and how you can address them, work on them, find a solution, and implement it. This is also where analyze or your curiosity will come into play, and also your willingness to interact with your peers, your colleagues, thought leaders within the industry so that you can learn more from them. How can you connect with them? How can you be part of conversations with them so that you can share your insights with them too, and they can start realizing that you also have something to say. The second step you need in order to help you design the life you want, and this one could be a little bit scary, this is asking the right questions, starting to think for yourself, starting to form those opinions that you want to share with others. But important here is also to start broadening your thinking, finding different angles, perspectives, and ways of approaching situations so that you can really expand your mind, your learnings, and therefore your skills. Thinking, how can you put yourself in others' shoes to share or learn their point of view? Do you care enough to analyze potential positive and negative outcomes? Do you understand what early signs of success or failure is so that you can adapt and change faster and answer specific needs? Then comes something that most of us are not always very comfortable with, and this is speaking up or showing up. This is getting your voice heard in a public manner, and this can be through meetings, through having projects that you initiate, through getting involved in external opportunities where you can share your thoughts, speak up, and really practice the public persona that you want to portray towards other people. Because now you know what you have to offer. You have been learning from others. So when you are speaking, you are able to sound more strategic. And you might need to learn how to prioritize and sequence your thoughts so that you come across in the best possible light. And where need be, you can start challenging others' ideas or opinions, but always bearing in mind to do so respectfully, but also having your own thoughts, opinions, and evidence backing up why you are creating a challenge. The fourth step you now need is action. You have made time for the thinking, you have started processing your thoughts, you are starting to practice speaking up. Now you need to embrace challenge. You need to invite debate. You need to open up yourself to feedback. But you also need to understand what is currently on your plate and where can you take on more. This is where an interesting concept comes into play, where you can start prioritizing your items of importance versus urgency. And therefore, you can actually analyze what you have to do so that you can streamline your workflow to really give you time and space to bring in these new thought processes. Something you might also need to learn is how to clarify your decision-making process, even when you don't always have all the answers. Practice making bold but smart decisions so that you can be more effective when you are taking action. When you are doing all of these steps and channeling them into your life, you will see how opportunities start to open up around you. Because as you start leveling up, you start seeing more things that can help you level up further, and you will be able to take them on head on. Most importantly, for you to be able to really practice and hone those skills is sharing. Share your knowledge, share your experience, and share your process with others. There might be somebody that's going through the exact same thing as you. And when you share, again, those opportunities open up, and things that you never thought was a possibility could start looking more and more inviting. So I know this was a lot to take in. So feel free to come back to this video, rewatch it, pause it, make some notes, and then share in the comments what you've been doing to implement these steps in your lives. And if you're still unsure if you can implement these and if you're able to change, please go watch my video on mindset, where I really help you to get into the right frame of mind and give you action steps to change your mindset. And to help you even more, I've created a mini email course where I walk through step by step how to start thinking differently, how to reframe your thoughts so you can take better action, and ultimately give yourself a winning mentality and mindset shift. Grab that down below in the description. There's a link that will take you through the sign up process. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please share with anyone else you think might find value and insight into this series. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so down below. Every week I share tips and techniques that really help you level up your life and to really take back control so that you can design the dream life you want. You have the power within yourself. Now live that fearless life.